Hello. Welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Cheong t shirt. Che from Twice. She's, I guess, like the ace. She could dance, she could sing, she could rap, she's good looking. She's an all rounder. But anyway, who cares? So, Kiss of Life had another birthday stream. It was, I'm going to say her name right, Haneul's birthday. And as you can see, it's very boring compared to the previous stream where they were dressed up as hip hop artists, which several other K-pop groups have done. But for some reason, when Kiss of Life did it, it was considered culture appropriation, racist, blah blah blah, all the Istanphobe bullshit. But anyway, because they're four hot chicks, I guess this is good because at least you get to see them. But the other one was a lot more entertaining. And anyway, since we're speaking of cultural appropriation, for example, she's wearing a dress. She's wearing a dress. Okay, well that's cultural appropriation. The Egyptians made dresses. They're considered the first people to wear dresses. So is this cultural appropriation? We can't pick and choose. So they're wearing dresses. So as a person who is now representing Egypt, I'm offended. We should cancel them for cultural appropriation. Right? Yeah, it's pretty stupid. And once again, I don't know how many times I have to say this. The fan base of just K-pop groups is the most toxic. Like the most toxic things in the world are, like, let's say, like the fan base of like any like first-person shooter video game. Toxic. Um, Obviously K-pop groups. Like Army for BTS, extremely toxic. It's extremely toxic. Um, I've heard stuff about other groups, but I mean, I've seen firsthand how toxic Army can be. But it's with any K-pop group. But okay, so now that people quote unquote hate this group, so let's just say you hate Kiss of Life now. Okay, so if you hate them, why are you on their comments? Okay, so this is their birthday stream. It's very boring, very plain. At least in my opinion, because everyone does this. Every single K-pop group does this. So when someone tries to be different, it's bad apparently. But anyway, okay, so you see this, right? So it's just normal, but then you still have comments, kiss of racism. That's very clever. Okay, so but here's the problem. If this person doesn't like them, why are they still on the cancel train? And then it's not every comment, but it's could have done this earlier, right? Wasn't so hard. This time they didn't decide to be racist. Oh well. Like, why are you here then? Because you're toxic and you're just waiting for them to do something. They've they've all apologized more than once, written hand letters. There's a couple of those, but none of it's good enough. And then you have people in the comments going, I can't find it, but people in the comments going, all of their apologies were bullshit. So it doesn't matter how many times they apologize. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't even feel like reading this because it's so stupid. Oh my god! If I can say this without the fans saying anything mean or get mad at me for saying something about this, then why are you talking? Please find God. You may not know who he is, or wait, are you saying these people? So this person wants him to find God because they did a live stream dressed like hip hop artists, even though there's several K-pop groups who have music videos where they're dressed like hip hop artists and pretending to be hip hop artists. It just doesn't make sense. But I want to say 90% of the comments are happy birthday or like they look hot or, like positive. But I just don't understand the 10% that are still hanging on to the hate. So, you know, if someone apologizes 10 times and you still don't like the apology, what are you doing then? You're just sitting around perpetually online trying to get rid of them. And it's like they have every right to make money. They have every right to have a career. And see, the thing is, these people who were like on their comments, who are like, kids of racism, like this person right here, her name is Kyo K-pop. She won't be happy until these girls are dead, basically. That's the kind of person we're dealing with because it doesn't matter what they do, and you can look at the other videos like music videos too. There's people now leaving comments, oh, you're racist, you're this, you're that. So you're taking a lot of energy to go through their catalog of videos because there's a lot, and just to leave a comment. So once again, another example of how people who quote unquote like K-pop are just, they're either on one extreme or the other. Defend them blindly, hate them blindly. Because sometimes, K-pop idols do like serious crimes, and you know what those crimes are, and there's people defending them, and like they'll be found guilty in court, and there's evidence, and they'll be defending them. Okay, no, I get when like the serious crime ones, I understand why those people, and usually the guys, I understand why they get canceled because like you can't have a felon in your K-pop group. Like I get that. Okay, I get that. But this, people are putting in the same amount of energy into this, trying to cancel them as they put in on like a guy like, who's that Chinese guy like Chris, who was like, I don't know, like charged with like I don't know, like 5 or 6 accounts of sexual assault. Like I understand why, of course you don't want him in your group, but people are putting that much energy into hate because these girls did what their label said to do. Like I don't understand where this energy is coming from. And another thing is because they're four hot chicks, the women, because you know how women are. You know the women who are really mad at these girls are tend to be on the not so attractive side. Seriously, they really do. I because well, if I pull up their picture, it'll probably be considered hate speech and I'll take it down. But if you go on this video, look at the profiles of some of the people who are just full of the hate, and you're like, okay, I understand why you're probably just jealous because if you hate them so much, why are you still subscribed? Why are you like? Imagine waiting for every single Instagram post, Twitter post, and YouTube video, and you're still waiting just to say something negative. What does that say about you? You know, I can name a lot of groups I don't like, and I just don't watch them. You know, um, I don't have the mentality to like, okay, for example, Girls' Generation. When Girls' Generation kicked out Jessica, like I basically stopped liking Girls' Generation because Jessica was actually my favorite member. And I did not go on a tirade and go on all their music videos and all their posts and blah 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 blah, and go like "f you, you suck." No, I just stopped following them. And then I followed Jessica, but then she started doing Chinese stuff, and C-pop kind of sounds different than K-pop, so I was good for her success, but I just enjoyed her in a visual way, because like she would still upload stuff, so I just like watch her vlogs and stuff. But I did not go on a let's cancel Girls' Generation. I just moved on because like that takes, like, hating something takes a lot of energy because like these people are like spending, like they are dedicating time for this. No dress code this time. No theme this time. Like I like they are really just waiting for I don't know. I just wish I could get into like some of these people's mind, and like half of the positive comments are like how good looking they are, which shows you why they are getting so much hate, because it's mostly from women, and the women are jealous because like if you didn't like, the racists are back. It's like, dude, just why are you here? Like, I wonder what this guy looks like. Well, he has a cat profile picture, so probably I don't know. Maybe he's Japanese and he eats cats. Well, that was racist. Sorry, but yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna do, because it's like I think, and I say we, I just mean the company. This is what I think Kiss of Life has to do. They have to like mass upload, just like I'm talking like just a just like break the dam and just flood the market with content. Like all four girls should do a vlog and post, if they can, if it's possible, uh, post like one vlog a week. Each girl should post one vlog a week. Do a couple of like shopping things, like just record mundane things, okay, and then do a lot of like behind the scenes for like their next music video. So just have like four new videos a week, and like have them all do separate things and in a group. So I guess five videos a week. Okay, so after a couple of weeks, all these people are gonna probably get tired. And you do like a media blitz. You do the five videos on YouTube, and then like plus you have the company post like stuff on X for you and like the IG accounts. So imagine just like flood, just flood the market, and then the people are going to get tired of like trying to keep up. That's what I think they should do. Now, obviously I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not a publicist. Probably no one gives a rat's ass, but I am a smart person. And I do know that this does take energy to like comment on every single video of theirs. So I think if they flooded the market, it would, because a lot of people like under the hate comments are like, why are you here then? Like, leave, like, I rather like, and they should also have a campaign. If you don't like us, ignore us. Like, why are you wasting your time? I mean, because think about it, you might not like them, but you're still giving them engagement. So your hate comments are still positive for the group, because that's engagement. And that's what matters on social media, is engagement. Now, obviously, you're not going to buy their album probably, but you're still helping them out. See, like, if you really don't like them, ignore them, because the less engagement they have, okay, well, that's showing that there's no interest. Because like companies will do that. Like even like companies will start controversies on purpose to get the hate views, and then a lot of those hate views turn into fans. Because let's say if you're a guy, a heterosexual male, and you're for some reason on this cancel culture thing with these four girls, okay, if you're straight, after a while you're gonna like them anyway, for sure. You are. I mean, because it's like hot chicks are universal, and it's very hard for a man to be mad at a very attractive woman that he doesn't even know. Like, remember, you don't know these people. Why are you mad? I don't know. And then they could have done something where like they all like, I don't know, like had a contest to see who could say like the N word the best. Who cares? Why are you offended? What, I just don't understand it. And it's like no one owns a word. No one owns now I understand owning a culture, but you can't tell other people that they can't enjoy your culture. So I mean, so what I mean is like you can't go to Korea and tell them to change their culture because you're Muslim. That doesn't work. Okay, that's the point I was getting across. But so I'm saying like they own their own culture, but you can't tell them to change their culture. And if they appreciate hip hop culture, hip hop culture is just a music culture. Like hip hop does not belong to a race, and that's another thing. It's like only racists make things about race. Like you can't act like a race. Now you could do a stereotype of race, but what do we know about stereotypes? Well, I mean, because a big like stereotypes are like a few people really stand out, and so you're like, oh, okay, well those two people of that race had that one trait, so they probably all have that trait, even though that's probably not true. But acting like a stereotype isn't racist because I don't think you people know what the term racism means. That's that's another problem. See, the problem is we've used, especially the last like 4 years, 5 years, words have lost their meaning. Like everything can't be racist. Have you noticed that? Like if someone like doesn't like you, I mean, I'm not saying you, but there's a certain segment of the population where like if something goes against them, oh well, it's racist or it's sexist. No, maybe you just suck. Maybe you're just unlucky. So it's this mentality of these people who think the world is against them, and it's like anything anyone else does, it's bad. We have to lose that mentality. A lot of things don't go my way, but it's not because of my gender, which is male. There's only two genders, so I'm male, obviously. It's not because I'm whatever short or I'm 5'10", so I think that's considered short to most women because most women they don't they don't see a guy unless he's 6 feet or taller. So I'm invisible. But there are these people where like if things don't go their way or someone does something like that they don't like, it must be racist or whatever. And it's all these people leaving the negative comments. Like we have to get rid of those people. Like we need to gatekeep, and that's with anything you're into. You got to gatekeep. I mean, like I play God, like Mech Warrior. It's like a role playing game, a video game. It's a series of novels. It's imagine like Warhammer 40K, but it's like not religious and there's just robots, whatever. That's beside the point. But there's people who want to take over BattleTech and like insert modern stuff and insert their politics, and then like people are like, no, no, we're not gonna have a trans robot. I'm being dead serious. And so like they got kicked out and like the hobby is back to being normal and it doesn't have like leftist bullshit in it. And so K-pop needs to do that too. Like all these toxic fandoms. Once again, I say Army. I've heard 17 has a toxic fandom. I personally don't know, but okay, whatever. So imagine if all the well, actually, I heard Bunnies New Jeans fandom is really toxic, actually. So imagine Army and Bunnies. Imagine if like the normal people in those fandoms kicked out the crazy toxic people. Everything would be so much better. And so, Case of Life, when I was saying that they should do this media blitz, they should tell people that if you see people in the fandom or in the comments being negative, just tell them to leave. And I know that would start like a quote unquote fight inside the fandom. But the thing is, if you're leaving negative comments, you're not a fan. So it's like, why are you here? So like we have to do that. I think so. Like every like, I know that's gonna take time. But here's the thing: like, do you want to have these girls? Because I know they don't use social media now. There's no way in hell these girls use social media. I just can't picture it. So like I bet you like all their posts now on like IG and X is actually like their managers or just someone in the company, because there's people literally just sitting around waiting, and like you can't have your artists because it's stressful enough being a K-pop idol. You have, you know, you have billionaires and millionaires, backing you with their money, and I'm sure that's a lot of pressure, And so like imagine that pressure, and then like the pressure of maintaining your looks, because in Korea, being good looking is considered a skill, which is I find amazing. So imagine all that pressure, and then like every time you go on social media, it's like someone going, "You're racist," or like worse things, because they were getting like death threats and stuff. So they don't use social media. But during their media blitz, they should just tell people like, if you're one of those people who always leave comments on us, like, or one of our fans, if you see something negative, like, tell that person to leave. And so it's almost like you have to cancel the cancel culture, which they should do that though. Like they should kind of like run a campaign, like cancel the cancel culture, and like I know it's you're making everyone else just as bad as the people trying to cancel them, but it's like, hey, like turnaround's fair play. Why not? Like if you have enough time to do this and be negative, then I think I have enough time if I enjoy this, because like it's taken away from my fun. Like remember, people who like this group, they're reading all the bullshit too, and it's like you might not realize it, but it's like negativity, and you're like, that's gonna bring you down. Like when you read like I remember when New Jeans like dropped I think it was Cooking, and like the comments were great, and then the comments started getting like weird and like negative, and like I remember I was like, oh, I kind of don't like this anymore, like because like now you're associating bullshit with something you liked, and it's like like you're bringing everyone down, and I think I'm the average person, so I'm pretty sure if I felt that way, I'm sure lots of other people felt that way, because I'm just assuming I'm the average person. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know what else these girls can do. I'm just gonna remind you, dresses. Ancient Egyptians made dresses. That was around. I looked it up. It was like thousands of years ago, whatever. But they're one of the first that we know of that made dresses. So this is cultural appropriation. Remember. So if you were offended last video, you should be offended with this one. Anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.